There's something about travelling, and it's not just the consumption of untold Aperol spritz and the 50-odd plates of tapas. Whenever I go away, I walk about 15 miles a day from morning till night. I take a shitload of photos, and they all feel really special, and I feel reinvigorated. But then when I get back, everything feels boring again. I go back to my old habits, nothing feels as exciting, and I can no longer justify having an Aperol spritz at lunchtime. So I've been thinking, what if I shoot my hometown with the same energy and mindset as when I'm away on holiday? So I got my shit together and I headed out for 5 a.m. It wasn't long until I noticed something. I can't tell you how many times I've decided I'm gonna wake up for sunrise, and then when it comes around, I decide I'm gonna leave it for another day. I can't hack it. Well, waking up for the dawn chorus and going up in the hills is cool, but it's also incredibly beautiful to photograph. The kind of colors you get are completely different to any other time of the day. Blues, pinks, purples, oranges, it's all so interesting to photograph. Not only that, but the light is also perfectly soft, which is something that we photographers go on and on about all the time. Soft light is hard to achieve in photography without manipulating the light, but in the mornings and in the evenings, it's usually pretty perfect. Also, on this day, the mist was rolling around the valleys, and it's just another thing that I just wouldn't have seen if I didn't wake up super early and go exploring. And you might not have a load of hills around your hometown, but I can pretty much guarantee that every place is much more interesting to photograph first thing in the morning, just before and just after sunrise. But that wasn't the only thing that I noticed about shooting in the morning. As I headed down into Stockport town, it was still pretty early. And the vibe is just so different compared to the daytime. It's quieter, people are generally more friendly and kind of docile in the morning, and it kind of feels like a great way to warm into shooting publicly. Not everyone is super confident when it comes to photography, so if you're a nervous shooter, starting early in the morning is a great way to warm up. There are fewer cars on the street, there are fewer people about, and it kind of gives you an opportunity to shoot your town in a completely different way to if you're only used to going out in the daytime in, a busy midday or whatever. And although it's kind of getting past golden hour, the angle of the sun still provides loads of different shadows, and that's perfect to try and get a bit more depth in your photography. After a while, I kind of started to realize how much there is to actually shoot here. I've hardly really given it much of a chance at all since I moved here. Different streets that I've not been down or buildings that I've not explored. And I think this is a great example of discovering those new locations. I don't think I took a great photo here, but I love shooting slow shutter speed shots, and I think these pigeons are always here. It's a great mental note of a place to potentially shoot in the future, and I probably wouldn't have found it if it wasn't for going out and doing this. I think it's kind of easy for us to get stuck in this mentality that we need to go somewhere else to photograph. We need to go to a exciting place to photograph. When I think in reality, if we look at our town, our city, our hometown, wherever we actually are, with a new set of eyes, a new sort of curiosity, then there probably is much more to photograph than you think. And I know everyone's hometown looks different. You might live in a tiny village or a massive city. But I think most of us are guilty of taking these places for granted or feeling like we have no idea where to photograph or what to photograph. I think in a sense, it's an easy cop-out for us to think that we need to be somewhere else in order to get better photographs. It's almost like we're passing the buck sometimes. We're saying, I can't take photographs here, there's not enough going on, or it's not interesting enough, and that's why I'm not doing very well. Obviously, there are some better places to photograph than others. That's just life. But you probably are where you are. Like, it's hard to travel all the time. It's unlikely that you might be able to afford to go and live in LA or New York. So you may as well make the most of where you are. If you live in a small village or a small town, perhaps there's interesting stories about people that live there. Maybe they could be photographed. You could be documenting that place. Perhaps here in a place like Stockport, there's all sorts of things going on that I'm not really focusing on. So I guess this is a challenge for you to go out and explore for the whole day, from sunrise to sunset. I mean, I didn't quite make it to sunset, but you know what I mean. It might spark an idea, or it might give you a few special shots, or it might just rekindle some curiosity and creativity in you. Sometimes a day like this is all we need to get ourselves back on the right path, or to get our head back in the game. So go ahead and romanticize your hometown. I loved shooting all day and traveling all day and exploring my hometown all day. It was really fun. And in case you're wondering, the tripod that made some of those photos possible was the Real Travel Tripod by Freewell. They sent this out to me to try out, and I'm really happy because I like to try out or promote things that I actually think are good. And I genuinely think that travel tripods are really good and really handy, because when I went traveling last year for like 4 months, I used a travel tripod the whole time, and I physically would not have been able to do that with a normal, big, massive, heavy tripod. So if you like taking slow shutter speed shots or nighttime shots like me, or you do a lot of video stuff also like me, then a travel tripod is absolutely perfect. It just makes life really easy, and I find that it means there are kind of much fewer barriers to doing what you want to do. Like, obviously, if a tripod is too heavy, then you might think, I won't take it with me today, it's massive. Whereas a little travel tripod, it's just perfect. You can put it in the side of your bag. You could probably fit it inside your bag or on the bottom of your bag, where obviously a lot of tripods end up fitting in. You don't even notice it's there. It's perfect. So if you do want to try out the carbon fiber Real Travel Tripod, it looks great. It's really light, like literally it's so light, but it's also strong. Then you should click the link in the description and go and take a look. I will get a very small affiliate commission, which will probably go towards cream eggs or just paying my rent because I'm poor. So I hope you enjoyed this one. Get out in your town, go and take a look around, explore, try and look at it through the eyes of someone that has never been there before. Try and be there with the excitement as if you're on your holidays. And don't drink too many Aperol spritz because it's expensive. In the UK, it's like 10 quid an Aperol spritz. Anyway, thanks a lot. Take care, and I'll see you next time.